Luke, congratulations. There's never a dull moment with the Luke Humphries game on a big stage, is there? Drama right into the end. Just sum up how you're feeling for us.
Yeah, it was a lot of drama in the game. I think me and Steve were missing doubles here and there, and I think that happened in the Ross Smith and Gezi Price game. I think sometimes when you're just trying to get that big lead on someone, you're trying too hard to hit the double, and I missed doubles, Steve missed doubles. Maybe there was a little bit of head shake for myself. I felt like I was getting in that rhythm where I was letting it affect me, but sometimes I'm guilty of it. I'm stupid, but I should have just been more strong. But I believe that it doesn't affect me in my performances. I thought Stephen battled incredibly well, and he wasn't at his absolute best, but the way he played the game, it was fantastic. He was just unlucky on a few doubles, to be honest.
You touched on missing doubles and you're annoyed with yourself, but you still averaged 102 back-to-back ton-plus averages here at the World Match Play. It's a real statement sent out that you're not at your best complete game, but you can still produce that kind of level.
Yeah, I think it's still the two highest averages of the tournament so far. So I can't be too critical of myself. I am, though. That's my problem. I just strive for so much perfection, and I probably shouldn't. I should just allow myself to just play my own game, but I just want to appease the fans. I want them to enjoy fantastic performances. I want to go out there and hit 110 averages for 170 checkouts, loads of 1As. Maybe I'm too hard on myself sometimes, but maybe if I wasn't, I wouldn't be as good as I am, and maybe if I didn't push myself harder than I do sometimes on the stage, I wouldn't put in these great performances.
You were the tournament favourite coming in, and you're backing that up right now. Do you feel that you're getting close to that form, what you dominated the back end of last year?
Yeah, I think not close. I think I'm there, and I think also my average for the year I think is better than it was last year. So I think I'm playing better than I was last year. But just to the back end of it, it was fantastic, and no one really put that massive performance in to beat me. And it could happen this week, should I say. You're playing in the second biggest tournament in world darts. Anybody can turn up and put that big performance in, but if I just keep pushing and keep working hard and keep putting in these decent performances, all I ask of myself is to if you lose, make someone put in that really good performance to knock you out. But so far, it hasn't happened.
Luke, congratulations.
Thank you, Phil.
Luke, how mentally taxing was that game? Because it was sort of backwards and forwards for a long while before you managed to sort of get that little cushion.
Yeah, sometimes you're just thinking, oh, please, Stephen, miss that double. Just give me a little bit of a break. But that's why he's so good. He's a battler, and he just works incredibly hard to put you under pressure. And I think there's a couple of legs there I was right up on the finish, and then he did 140 or 180 to leave a finish, and then he puts the pressure on you. So it wasn't just a great performance from myself, it was also a good performance from Stephen as well. He won at his best, but he played a great game, and made me work incredibly hard to win it.
Do you see yourself as the favourite in this tournament now?
I mean, I'm the world number one, so of course I understand I'm going to be the favourite, but I don't think it in my mind. I'm not here thinking this is mine to lose it sort of attitude. I'm thinking if I keep playing the way I am, just make someone have to put an incredible performance to beat you. But I don't really look into favourites too much. I think every single player left in this tournament could win it. I don't think anybody who wins it from this moment forward is a shock, in my opinion. There's too many great players in the world of darts.
And something we spoke about with James just an hour or so ago was Luke Littler and the form, and he said at some point there will be a point where he struggles, and it's important that players and fans are there to support him when that time comes. Would you sort of echo those sentiments?
I mean, I see Luke today come in and we had a little chat together. I won't tell everything we said, but like I tell everyone, we're good friends. So he come in and we had a little chat. I won't say on camera what he told me, but that's between us. But did he really play that bad? 101 average? I don't think
they're saying we're struggling now.
Yeah, I just think that so many people put too much pressure on him, and it's more the media, and not you guys sitting in front of me, but it's more the people that like all the papers. They put so much pressure on him, and they expect him, and all the people at home, they say all these things that he's not good enough anymore. He's had a couple of bad games. I had a couple of bad games this year. I've had many bad games. He's not playing bad. He just maybe felt the pressure of the situation. But I can assure you he's going to win many major titles just because one. But I think we forget who he played as well. He didn't play some random person, did he? Played one of the greatest dart players in the world. So, if he'd have played any other player, he might have won. But that's just the unfortunate thing about darts. No one's unbeatable. Michael said it yesterday. But we are definitely all beatable, and he'll bounce back, and it wouldn't surprise me if he goes on and wins one of the next 3 majors. That's what he does, and fantastic player. But I think the pressure he gets and the pressure that people put on him is just too much sometimes. And I'll always be there to support him. To be honest, I'll always be as a shoulder for him to speak to.
That's good to hear.
Luke, you are setting fantastic standards, but you're extremely humble still. Do you think that stops people maybe fearing you a little bit because you sort of talk yourself down so much? If you talk yourself up, do you think people would be more worried about playing you?
I think the reason why I'm, not one of them people that's going to sit here and say I'm going to smash everybody is because it never works well, does it? The amount of times I've seen people say, "This is mine. I'm going to win this. I'm going to win that," and it always bites you in the bum, doesn't it? So for me, I'm just happy to just be eased about it and say, keep playing this way. I don't, anybody's beatable in this game, and I can beat anybody. So for me, I just like to say the humble way of, if I keep playing the way I am, it's a great chance for me to pick the title up. But a lot of people do fear me, to be honest. I think a lot of people understand that how good I can be and how well I can play, and I think a lot of people are apprehensive, knowing if they don't play their A game against me, they're going to struggle. I don't think that everyone don't fear me, but there's a lot of players that don't fear me also.
Luke, this is the last major before the World Grand Prix, which was your first major that you won. If you was to pick up the World Match Play, would this be the greatest 12 months that anyone's ever had in darts, do you think? Especially given the competition that we've got nowadays.
Maybe in the last 4 or 5 years, maybe, but I think Phil's probably done greater things. I think Michael's probably done greater things. This era is good. Probably the best era, standard-wise. Obviously it was a lot different in Phil's era, but just the things Michael's done. To be honest, I think the only way I'd have made it better if I would have won the Worlds, the Match Play, and the Premier League. That was the only way I could have, matched what he's done. But regardless of that, if I win this, I'll be incredibly happy over the last 12 months. That'd be 6 major tournaments I've won. I look at the 5 biggest majors as the Worlds, the Premier League, the Match Play, the Grand Slam, and the Grand Prix. And if I'd have won this and then won the Premier League, I'd have won all 5. I'd have held all 5. So I've come incredibly close, regardless of what happens.
We know that you're close with Brian Silver. Spoke to him, I think it was yesterday, and he said, I asked him, because we know the performances he can produce, but I asked him why is it not quite translated into success on the stage, and he said he's not overly driven by success, and is that the difference between you elite guys and maybe the guys just below you, that driving off the board what you do and how determined you are to really pick up those big trophies?
I think he probably is. I just think you need a good experience behind you to drive you. I think Ryan's obviously he's my best friend in darts, but he's an unbelievable player, and I think there's something in him that will explode one day and will be one of the top 4 players in the world. I really do. I'm not just saying that 'cause he's my friend. I think he's got heavy scoring, incredible finishing power. He just needs a good experience. Maybe he might win this week, and that might then do what it did to me and explode him into winning a lot of things. But I think he is incredibly driven, and if he ain't, then he's going to have to look at that and make sure that he is, because if you ain't, then you won't win the big titles that you always dream of. You have to be incredibly driven, you have to work hard, and you have to believe in yourself that you can go on and do it.
Just Luke, thank you.
Thank you.
Luke, congratulations.
Thank you.
So the first 2 rounds, there's quite a bit of stretch go over the time. You've been pushed all the way by Stephen Robinson tonight. So in these first few rounds, how much does it help you going forward to have opponents who play so well?
It does. It helps you, because if you're not being tested, then you feel like it. In your mind, you could be feeling that it's all going a bit too easy and it's going to carry on that way. But I've not had it easy. I've had a tough, couple of games already. I know, like I said, Stephen didn't play his best tonight, but he played a great game. He was good in the right moments, and it was just a great last session for myself to push myself through to win the game. But it's nice to be tested. Obviously, you'd love to go on and beat players that ain't playing well, but it's also good to play players that are playing well, and they do test you and keep you sharp. Thank you.
Anthony?
Obviously, you've had 2 real tough games, and you're forging yourself into real strong player. And do you think these tougher games, obviously, it's like iron forges iron, as you say. Do you think you put, as you said just earlier, in the past, where the first round games was usually found as a benchmark for some players, whereas you're in this situation where you become up against really good players, and it's just helping you elevate your game higher and getting ready for the latter stages.
Yeah, it does. I mean, when you're playing the top players in the world, it obviously elevates you and makes you play better. I think the Premier League was a massive thing for me. It helped me a lot, because you're playing the best players every week, all the time. That was what I was crying out for last year. I'm obviously really pleased I never got selected because of what happened afterwards. It could have ruined me. Who knows? But it's definitely the right decision not to be in the Premier League last year. This year I played so many great dart players so many times and had so many great experiences over the last 12 months that you become mentally stronger. So for me, it's been a good start to the tournament so far, and I've had 2 tough opponents that have played well against me. I know I'm going to have another tough opponent in the next game, whether it's Dimitri or Johnny. If you look forward, I'm going to have tough opponents every game I play now, and I'm going to have to win it in style. So if I do, then I've beaten the best players in the world.
Good luck in the next round.
Thank you very much.
Just one more. If it is Dimitri, will you be looking back at that UK Open final and thinking that you might have to slightly adjust your game, or is it just same old?
No, not at all. I just play my own game, to be honest. If Dimitri slows the game down, he slows the game down. I can adapt. I'm used to it. Almost cost him the UK Open final in the end. So I think he'd be a bit more wiser to the fact that when you're playing first to 16 legs, you can't really slow the game down. If he did, then I can adapt. I'm an experienced player now. And I think if I could give him any advice, I'd probably tell him he's a better player when he's more fluent. To be honest, when he slows himself down, he probably plays a lot worse. So I think if we play in the moment and we both play our fluent game, it would be a great game. But obviously Johnny's a good friend, so I hope it's Johnny. But whoever it may be, it's going to be a good game regardless. 2 fantastic players, and hopefully we put on a great show for him on Thursday night. Thank you.